video interrupted. Why is that? Oh, oh, look at that reveal with the plants. Okay, I think everything is good to go. We're going to start waiting for people to trickle in here. Henry, you're still with me here on this audio?
I'm still with you. I'm always with you.
Oh, that's so kind. Man, that's
And
something.
not creepy at all.
Yeah, yeah.
That came out a little too encouraging. Yes, no, I am here. I can hear you loud and clear. I can see you loud and clear. But we can't see me, which is fine. We're just going to have you be the star of the show. I'm getting used to it. Though when COVID is over, we're going to put me back on camera, I think is the idea.
That is the idea, yeah.
Right.
So, speaking of COVID, this is why I have a bunch of plants everywhere.
Right.
I've been stuck inside for quite some time, so I've been buying more and more plants just to really kind of spruce up the place, spruce up
Excellent.
the joint. And at first I was buying them, right? I was going out and buying a couple, but then I realized I'm a sucker. These things grow outside. So
these things literally grow on well, they turn into tree. Well, maybe not plants. They turn into a form of tree.
This is a little tree. Look at this thing.
Right.
This thing was sweet.
Looks great. Do your cats not eat or attack your plants? Because I know you have a couple of kitties.
Not that I'm aware of, but what they get up to while I'm not looking, who knows?
Yeah,
They're a cat.
Not me. They're sneaky.
Here,
Well, that's good. So the plants help you cope with being inside all the time. That's great.
Yeah, I heard you're supposed to get it's something like plants don't really affect the air quality in your apartment until it's you have 90 plants or something outrageous like that.
Are you allowed having 90 plants in your? I'm pretty sure your apartment agreement would say 89 plants or less.
Yeah, there's a limit on plants. I'm at 20, so we'll see. Or 20.
That's pretty good.
I know.
Have you noticed? I guess you can't really notice a difference because it's been a gradual planting.
Yeah.
But surely you would notice a difference between 0 and 20, I would think.
I couldn't tell you. If you did,
I am not a botanist. Kano did not hire me for my botany skills.
They should have, because you knew they grew outside and you knew they grew on trees, and that's
it's true. Yeah, I mean, what more do you need to know about plants?
That's a pretty good start. Okay, so I think everything's still going up. We still have a few minutes before actually 12 o'clock, which is when we'll start.
Okay, great.
For those of you trickling in, hello.
Hello.
This is one of our live streams we do. It's me and Henry, who you can't see, but he's on a call with me.
I am here. I am here. I promise you I am here.
Yeah, I believe it. I can hear you.
Thanks, man.
And can everyone hear us? That's probably a really good question to ask. Is the audio good? And then that device. Okay, so I think I'm laughing here. I think I got everything set up.
Okay, great.
Yeah. So, while we wait, last time.
Notice the difference between 0 and 20, I would think. I couldn't.
That's loud. My monitoring device.
I'm hearing double here. 4 Sean's.
Yeah. Last time players saw me, I cut my own hair. That was an adventure. It didn't really turn out. I kept trying to fix it over the weeks and weeks and weeks, and eventually I caved. And I got it cut. And yeah, so I'm liking the look. I'm pretty happy with it, and I realize
Excellent.
you got to pay for that kind of stuff. You can't just cut your own hair. It's a huge mess.
There's a reason, man. They are skilled. I think the only time I ever cut my hair was when I was 5 years old in Halifax watching. I remember this very vividly, watching Astro Boy, and I thought cutting my hair would be great because my parents would be very impressed that I could handle scissors. And of course, I butchered my hair so bad that I'm pretty sure they never let me near scissors again. So it was an attempt. It didn't work. I always leave that stuff to the experts now.
That is a great attempt at trying to prove you could handle scissors, which you still haven't proven. We keep them away from you at all times.
No, it's true. Yeah, Kyla doesn't let me near them. Rightfully so.
Hello, people who are coming in. You can hear us both well. That's great.
Excellent.
Keep doing the Blitz Week despite the war, please. Yeah, players love the Blitz Week, and
they sure
so do we.
do.
It's a fun event to start. We worry if we did it too long, if it was like a Blitz month, it would kind of lose its charm. So we may not be able to do it for the following week, but hopefully soon. You gotta pace them out. You gotta pace the fun.
Right.
Gosh, well, I guess it's actually 12 o'clock. So we've given a couple minutes for people to start trickling in. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to hit that little intro and then we can start the actual show.
Cool.
So here we go. Hello, players. Welcome to our live stream. I'm Sean, and today I'm joined by Henry here on the mic. Say hi, Henry.
Hello, Sean. It is me, Henry, as you have already said, Player Success Lead. Really happy to be here, and I hope all our players are staying safe and having fun and watching our live stream.
Yeah, those are the three things we want out of our players. Stay safe, have fun, and watch this live stream. Some of you may notice I am surrounded by plants right now. This is because I've gone on a bit of a planting spree due to COVID. This is why I'm coming to you from my apartment. Also, I'm wearing a very casual shirt because it's Casual Friday here at the workplace, my apartment. Can't be that casual. Still got jeans on and stuff. But yeah, so thank you everybody for tuning in, and let's get the show on the road. Today is actually a pretty quick one, so typically when we do these live streams, we do them because we have like a new event coming, but this one's actually coming quite soon after. We typically try and do one a month. We're going to be trying to up the cadence and start doing these once every 2 weeks, and if we're able to kind of get into the flow of it, maybe up to once a month, we'll see. There is quite a bit of time and energy put in on the back end while we're trying to build these shows. So if we can, we'll try and get up to once a week. One of our favorite parts about doing this is we get to directly talk to you guys, but then we also get to do a little trivia, which we will be doing at the end of this. We've updated our trivia, so now it's the reward. It's 50 FP for every question. You can only win a question once. You can only win once during it, and now we have up to 5 questions, where before we were doing 3 at 25. So we've upped just the whole trivia section. So
Sean, what I'm hearing is a lot of pros and cons in terms of doing a live stream during COVID. First of all, major con: no Henry on camera.
No.
Big negative. So that's absolutely awful. However, aside from that, we've got them happening more frequently, which is great, and big props to everyone who doesn't know this, but Sean does a ton of work to set these up. So thank you for setting these up, Sean. And I think the purpose of it is to get our faces out there, but also sort of give players a more casual look as to what's going on, what we're seeing, the purpose behind a lot of the changes, and just to chat and say hi and do some trivia and give out FP. So that's why we want to do them more frequently. Another pro is that you don't have me banging on the desk and ruining the audio because I am very far away from you right now. So really, it's a lot. I'm seeing a lot of benefits of this, and I appreciate putting all the hard work and your plants. They look really good.
Thank you. I actually, funny enough, I went out and purchased my very own hanging microphone. Just gonna do this specifically to stop you from banging the desk whenever we go back into the office. Yeah.
Is that so? Okay.
Yeah, so.
Well, we don't know when that will be, but we're just very thankful that all our players have stuck with us and are still playing the game and having a great time. And yeah, so if you see us more on camera or more live streams, then that is why. And we always encourage everyone to comment and participate in the trivia. Just stop by and say hi, and keep joining us for all the fun activities like admin blitzes or and I know I've been popping in a little bit more lately into the world chat, into some of the games, and I always enjoy chatting with players there. So don't be a stranger. Sean and I, and Moen is here too, but Moen is the man behind the curtain. He's pulling all the strings, isn't he?
Yeah, Moen helps out on these as well. So it's your 3 player support team members helping you with these. And something you mentioned is comments. So I'm actually trying to get better at just generally doing live streams. One of the skill sets involved there is actually in going to the comments and actually reading them out. And I see here Jimmy is saying the week blitz is the best. This has also been echoed by a few other comments.
Awesome. Yeah, the blitz is very popular.
And Jeff says the East Coast rules, but you know what? Being on the West Coast, it's pretty tempered. Like the temperature's pretty great right now. I don't know what it's like over on the East, but it's pretty sweet right here, right now. Okay, so let's get started into the show with kind of all that out of the way. This one, again, it's a really quick one. There isn't a huge event because we're doing them a little quicker. So we're going to try and just talk about what we've done this month, what were kind of some of the plans coming forward, and maybe kind of tease out a little bit of stuff so you guys can get excited. And then the trivia. So I guess we're going to start here. The first one is Many of you have noticed when we started doing raids a couple months ago, we actually integrated a slider for your attacks, and you can go up to 100 attacks in one go. We didn't have that for the heal option for a while, but we've now added it. So we've started it out in one of our other games and testing out the heal slider. It works great. It will be coming to mobile. It's not quite on mobile yet, but it will be coming. So for your guys' next raid, you'll be able to use both the heal slider to heal up to 100 and the attack up to 100. And these changes are kind of in part with a lot of the other changes we've been making, which are quality of life changes. So we're trying to make a lot of the parts of the game a lot more user-friendly, especially on the mobile app, because we are designing that so that people can take it on the go, right? So if you have a few minutes out and about, jump on, get your dailies done. So we are trying to focus on a lot more of that user-friendly experience, a lot more of the quality of life changes. And that always leads into, we always ask this, and you'll hear us ask all the time, is please give us your feedback. If you have a quality of life change that you're like, you know what I think would be great is I want this button bigger, or I would love this to be moved, or whatever it is, please let us know. Because then we have meetings about these all the time where we talk about quality of life changes and what are the pros and cons of doing that change. So we always are asking, please give feedback. You'll hear us say that so many times.
It's true. And Sean, I love the heal slider. You get this feedback from players all the time, and that there's quite a bit of clicking and or tapping in our game, quite a lot. And I know players are very appreciative that look, instead of clicking 10 times, can you have us click maybe once or twice? I mean, it's the same. It's the same action. It's not necessarily a different strategy, but we would appreciate that. So that's really a direct result of players writing in tickets saying that would be nice if we had a heal slider there. So thank you, players, if you wrote in requesting that change. That's terrific, and we hope we have some more excellent changes on the way as well.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, next one. Speaking of raids.
I was speaking of raids, Sean. Do we have something else to talk about of the raids?
We do. Would you like to tell the players?
I'm pretty excited about this one. So you will notice a difference in the text, guys, in terms of your actions on raids, determining if you have a chance at getting a superior item. Before, we had sort of verbiage trying to tell you what your chances are, like good, great, amazing, poor. But the problem is that they weren't actually that accurate, and they were a little vague. Like, you could have, like, the system could tell you had an amazing chance. Now, Sean, I don't know about you, but if I had an amazing day, like if I told someone I had an amazing day, they'll say, holy crap, tell me why you had an amazing day. You'd be like, I found a penny.
Yeah, or you tell them,
and you live on the West Coast. No, that's it. So, okay, well, that's not really amazing. It was kind of the same thing with our game. The amazing chance wasn't actually all that amazing. It was tied into a bit of an older system, so a little vague, and we've now changed that. So it's now called your participation goal, and it's just a little meter up to 100%. Once you fill that 100%, you've fulfilled your minimum actions, and then you still have a pretty good chance. The more actions you do on the raid, it'll increase the odds of you getting a superior item. We just feel it's a little more accurate now, a little less necessarily deceiving or anything like that, but we want to give players an accurate representation of their chances of getting a superior item. And Sean, there are a couple of ways to guarantee a superior item in a raid. Can you tell us what those are real quick?
Yeah, and so just to strike home on those points, you're right in saying that, like, if you had an amazing chance and you ended up not getting one of the premium items, that's a bit disappointing. So
it is.
The ways to get one, there's ways to guarantee one, and then there's ways to increase your chance. So the way to increase your chance is the higher in actions, so that's both healing and attacking, on the specific that raid's leaderboard. So you're competing with everyone else on that leaderboard, and kind of the upper section has a way better chance. However, if you want to guarantee yourself a premium item, there's two ways. It's two guaranteed ways. The first way, I'll tell you all about it. The first way is when you open up a raid, your first raid of that event, if you kill that raid, if that raid is defeated, even if you just did your minimum action, it doesn't matter. It's just if your first raid ever opened is defeated, you're guaranteed one premium item. So those first ones are very important. They're often a lot easier to do because you start them so early on. Everyone's jumping on them right away. The other way to guarantee one of the best items is that you have to be actually the top of that raid. So it doesn't even have to be yours. I can join Henry's, for example, and I can get up to the top. So one of the really good kind of strategies is when in our own syndicate, when Henry posts one, well, I'm going to try and get the top. So now both me and Henry guarantee a premium. So that way, if me and Henry aren't competing for that single, that guaranteed spot, because Henry's already guaranteed one, it's his first. So then on my first one, Henry goes and competes to be the top. So in that way, we both could end up getting one. So those are the two ways you can guarantee a premium item. And yeah, a lot of players, I know there's tons of players who know that, but not all of our newer players may actually know that. So it is something that we do want to kind of address. One of the ways is to remove this good, great, amazing kind of section because, again, a newer player comes in, they see amazing, they get a common reward, and they're like, wait, what? That doesn't make any, it doesn't make sense to them. So
Right.
yeah, so that's the other change with the raids that you'll be seeing coming into the next raid.
Excellent.
Gosh, what else this month have we done? We have launched some new crates this morning.
This is like a 3 hour. This is like hot off the press here, Sean. We released new crates not 3 hours ago.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Like hot off the press is right. In this, there's as some of you may know, my build is quite defensive oriented. Lots of health, lots of defense, and there's a defense in there with a whopping 1,091 defense. So I'm gonna be picking that up. Gosh, what else do we have? Start of the month, or actually earlier, we've had chat themes. We always put out new chat themes for different kind of seasons. We're still in our summer one, but we are going to be going into the fall one. So everybody, get your raincoats ready. Gosh, what else happened this month? We launched a new location for LCN, Houston. We had the Bounty Blitz week, which we've already talked about earlier. In our kind of pre-ramble, a lot of players really like the Bounty Blitz week. We love putting them on. So we will be kind of using that event a lot more because it is just a fun time for everybody. We've had some changes to the gifting system on Facebook. So there's been some changes on Facebook platform. So the old gifting system can no longer be supported. So you can still gift FP, but it has to be done over Kano Play right now. It's just for the foreseeable future until we kind of roll it back in with the new changes. It's all back-end nitty-gritty stuff, so I don't actually know the ins and outs, the nuts and bolts of that change. Gosh, what else? At the start of the month, oh yeah, this is a big one. Okay, so at the start of the month, we had a huge lottery winner in Mob Wars, and they won 4,988 FP,
Woo.
which is just
It's among our biggest jackpots ever. That's going to be one
crazy.
happy player.
Yeah. And then after that, actually, following that, we've had two more. So in the month, we've had three, and the other two both also won over 1,000 FP.
Right.
So pretty big for a lot of our returning players, because we've been seeing a lot of players have been coming back to the game. We've actually made changes to the lottery system to kind of foster bigger wins, essentially, and more often. So what's happened is basically now how the system works is it works on both servers, kind of build up the pot. So the pot builds up way faster. And then we also started at a higher bracket. So we start at, I believe, 500 FP now is the start. And then the pot builds from there. So then what happens, and we also changed how you pick numbers. You pick 5 numbers now. Something important to remember for all those trivia people.
Right. How many numbers was that, Sean?
That was 5. You pick 5 numbers.
Okay.
So then you pick these 5 numbers, and then if you get them, you win the pot. And so we've seen, from these changes, we've seen a lot more jackpot winners. We've also seen a lot more 4 out of 5, which you end up getting a handful of FP with that as well. So overall, the changes were just to make more winners. It did change to optional now. So some players, they'd get their tickets and they would just check them just because it's kind of part of the daily routine, but they weren't actually wanting to be part of the lottery, and it was just kind of like a passive thing. So now those free tickets from like filling up your loot case and stuff, that's all been removed, and so now it's optional, completely optional. And if you do jump in, you just have a higher chance now of winning. And I think the biggest win, and I could be wrong in saying this, but I think the biggest win was 8,000 FP on Mob Wars.
Right. Yeah, the jackpots are bigger than ever since we made the change. We did make the change from free tickets to 2 FP, but honestly, I know some players weren't a huge fan of that, but ever since we did that, we've seen way more engagement and way bigger jackpots. And so, I mean, the change is here to stay for the time being. We're just seeing really good results. And you don't have to participate in the lottery, but with those jackpots, I would throw down a couple of tickets myself.
Yeah, it's two FP for a ticket.
Correct.
Okay, and so that's kind of all the kind of this. Not all of those were changes this month, but I just kind of wanted to kind of touch on a few things. This month, we've also part of kind of these live streams is want to try and get a bit more transparent with things. So an example is this past week we had server issues. We actually had two little ones, which one took the game down for like an hour, 2 hours or something.
We did have that, yeah.
Yeah, so we've addressed those. We've made changes to prevent them from going forward. It was quite a fringe case that ended up causing issues. So the good out of it is it shouldn't be happening again. But yeah, we did want to be more transparent and be like, this happened. We fixed it. We've moved forward. And we got a lot of feedback recently on the raid game event that closed last raid. Right. There is some areas that players have kind of pointed out that they'd like improved on. So we are going to be kind of improving on that concept. We like the idea of it, but there's feedback we have to take into and really look at. So if you haven't gotten your feedback in about that, you may want to get it in soon as we start finalizing and making decisions on what the future of that event looks like. And if it has a future at all. I think it will because I really enjoyed it, even though my team did okay. Yellow team for life. We did all right. So that is kind of it for all the updates. We've kind of touched on the new things that are coming, stuff we've done. And I think we can move on to the trivia section. The best of the best.
Good to me.
Okay, players. So there's 5 questions. We're going over the rules of trivia again. There's 5 questions. Each question is going to be worth 50 FP. You can only win once.
That's a lot of lottery tickets, by the way.
It is.
Just throwing that out there. If you win this little mini lottery, you may want to win the big one. 5 questions each, and Sean, you can only win once. Is that correct?
That is correct. We've kind of talked about some of the answers here. So if those of you who were astute listeners, you'll be able to pick up on those quick. Okay, first question's coming down the pipe. I'm going to start with the first one. Henry, you're going to do the second one, all right? Gotcha. Everybody get ready. I'm watching the comments. We're going to pick... Oh, by the way, it's the first person to comment. So, be fast. Here we go. First question. What is the newest location in Mob Wars LCN? And I know. I wouldn't make the Jeopardy noise right now, but I believe that's copyright.
Yeah,
so we're going to make our own noise.
We definitely don't have the budget for that.
No. Is that intense enough?
Okay. To lighten it up.
Okay, so we have the answers coming in. I see people throwing in there. One of Moen, our wonderful helper, is going to grab the winner, and he's going to provide you FP. If you're the winner, just note you can't answer the rest, but you can still help out. Next question. Here we go. Oh, I should show the answer. The answer for that one? Houston. You're all right.
We had quite a few players answer that immediately. So we have a very attentive bunch in the live stream today. It's awesome to see. Guys, I'm going to throw question 2 at you. Sean, are you ready?
I'm ready.
You can't answer. I want you to be ready.
I did throw it up right away.
No. Okay. Are we ready?
Go.
Question 2. How many people can you add to your elite mobsters? How many people can you add to your elite mobsters? Let's see if anyone knows. And I am seeing answers already. That is quick. Woo.
Flying in.
Gotta have your trigger finger ready on that one. Okay, so Moen is going to make sure that the winner there gets the 50 FP prize. Pretty good, Sean. I think we've upped the trivia FP, which I am always a fan of.
So this next question is a hard one. I'm going to just go out and say it. I know it's tough. I'm just, you know what? I think I'm going to go off the rails here. I'm going to go wild. This question's worth 100. It's very hard.
Oh my goodness, Sean. What dastardly deeds will you bestow upon us next? 100 FP for this simple yet maybe slightly challenging trivia question?
Yeah, I'm as the trivia master, I'm making an executive decision and saying this is worth 100. It's very tough. Here it is. Ready? Name the 5 different types of elite mobster positions. When you assign someone to an elite mobster position, they get special bonuses. There's 5 of them, and they all have a name. And it's very... I think it's going to be a tough one.
Do you think anyone's going to get it? Do you think the 100 FP will just lie there dormant for aeons and no one to collect? Surely one of our players can answer the question what are the 5 different types of elite mobster positions?
Someone will, and I guess I'm just gonna while this question's, I'm gonna leave it up for a little bit, but I'm gonna kind of
Leave it
go
up.
through a bit. Another point I wanted to make is,
Sure.
so on our Facebook page, we actually do contests all the time, and we've kind of upped some of the rewards. Are like pretty amazing. We did a 300 FP reward for sharing a post. Like so if you haven't been checking out our Facebook page to check out these contests, they happen all the time. Like weekly, sometimes 2 times a week. Plus we're now doing these trivias and we've upped the trivia. So like, if you're looking for some free FP, this is the place to be.
Absolutely.
Okay. I'm seeing people coming in with the answers, and I'm gonna. So here it is. So it's Bruiser, Collector, Pickpocketer, Mastermind, and Heavy. And if you already answered one of the 2 questions, you won. If you got this one, Moen will help you out. We'll bump you up because I think and whoever got it gets it.
I think we're pretty forgiving on spelling.
Yeah. Oh yeah, definitely.
I would say, right? Yeah. This is an open book test. This is a friendly quiz. Yeah. I don't think we'll take marks off for grammar, punctuation, or spelling errors. I think if you get the general idea, you've got it. And it looks like we had a ton of answers on that one.
Yeah.
It's like players want to win 100 FP or something.
Crazy. Who wants that? I know I do. Question number 4, Henry, is going to be all you. Once you start saying it, I'm going to show it on screen.
Okay, here we go, everybody. What location do you visit twice in Mob Wars LCN?
Oh, I screwed up the order. Ah!
Oh, what?
That's me.
What do you mean?
No, I screwed up the order. Oh,
Which order?
New question. Here it is. Ignore Henry. We're flying through this.
What do you mean? How dare you ignore me?
I know, I'm sorry. How many numbers do you pick for a lottery ticket? That's the question. How many numbers do you pick for a lottery ticket?
Sorry, we got the questions out of order. Okay. Well, we still got the question. Okay.
Okay,
Question 4. So, what's the question again, Sean? How many numbers do you pick for a lottery ticket?
Yeah, I apologize, everybody. I got the order mixed up.
That's okay. Not a problem. The trivia still remains now. They just have. We'll just. We'll figure it out.
We'll figure it out. We'll fumble through this, guys. That's why this is a casual one. I'm wearing my casual shirt. And
That's right. It's
and
casual
I'm in like a
Friday.
forest.
It's casual live stream. Things happen. That's okay. But we're still giving out 50 FP for both questions. Which question 4 is how many numbers do you pick for a lottery ticket? And do you want to throw up the answer, Sean? I think we have enough answers from players.
Yeah. So the answer is 5.
Hey, didn't we say that earlier in the live stream?
We sure did.
All right. Okay. Good. So we gave players a fair chance there.
And then the question that I got out of order is, what location do you visit twice in Mob Wars LCN? It's quite a tricky one because most of them we only go once. But yeah, the correct answer is not 5. Haha, good one. Good one, Sean. Oh man, it's Paris, everybody. The correct answer is Paris. Can I change this on the fly? Watch this. Did that work? Look at that.
Hey, nice.
Magic. Oh, a little bit of a mistake there on the trivia, but that's all right. You know what? Players got it.
Thankfully, we'll let Moen work that out. That's why we have Moen here, is to pick up our broken bottles and our mistakes, and to pick us up metaphorically as well, because he's such a pleasant, friendly fellow.
Yeah, I feel like I just threw spaghetti at Moen, and he just has to untangle it. He's just like, "What is this? What is this mess you've done?"
He knew what he signed up for when he wanted to work with us. So,
okay, so that's it for trivia. That's it for all the updates. That's it for me and Henry. How do you like my shirt? Check out my plants. Just great.
I can't tell where the plants end and your shirt begins.
I know. I blend in. That's how I hide. All right, everybody. Thank you so much for tuning in. Sorry for the little mistake there in the trivia. Again, come check out some of the other Facebook contests we do. Keep enjoying the game. Please give us your feedback. Thank you all for playing, and we'll catch you next time. Thanks for watching.
Thanks, players. Take care. Bye-bye.